To get notified every time I post a video or go live, hit that subscribe button and then click the bell icon next to it. Hey guys, Jeb here, and welcome to another Call of Duty World War II multiplayer gameplay. And as the title of this video, we are going to be talking about requisitions once again. But don't worry, this isn't just a bitching one. I'm not just going to sit here and be complaining about it, as I tend to do a lot of times in the streams. We're actually going to have a legitimate conversation about it this time. So Sledgehammer posted to their community forums, I do believe this past Friday on the 11th, and with an article about requisitions within their update. So I'll go ahead and read one of the main paragraphs that I would like to talk about, and I will also have the image up on screen. So we'd also like to provide some additional insight into our tuning philosophy. With the division overhaul on April 10th, we took two initial steps that we would reduce requisition usage, hoped to reduce requisition usage. These steps were adding the Blitzkrieg basic training and buffing the Ordnance basic training. A month has passed since the division overhaul, and requisition remains the most used basic training in the game, quote, since the removal of primed, which I never saw primed that much compared to what everyone was always talking about. And in my kill cams, I very rarely saw primed, so I'm confused on this one, but I guess they have the back-end data to see that. Due to a difference in score such as XP game modes and maps, requisition is tough to tune. The training has mainly been an issue in Domination Hardpoint and on the Shipment map. For other modes like TDM, requisitions seem fairly balanced. The aim with today's tuning is to get requisitions into a fair place for Dom XP on non-Shipment maps. Many of the top streaks will now be exceptionally difficult to earn in TDM. Shipment will be a little bit less chaotic than it has normally been, but the nature of the map, we can't tune the game around this very specific edge case below the adjusted score streak cost. So they basically come out and said, at least since their division overhaul, requisition has been the most used basic training, which it's kind of interesting because we fall into this different cycle every time, right? Black Ops 1 got rid of stopping power because they felt as if it was a crutch, that everyone used it, that people really didn't use everything else. Well, they found a new one. Like Ghost, Second Chance for the new Go-To in Black Ops 1, and so forth down the line. Every Call of Duty has that crutch perk. Black Ops 2 had Toughness. And just, it's on a cycle. So they saw that primed was overused and needed to be dealt with. So they overhauled the divisions. They got rid of primed. Okay, that's cool. I mean, like I said, I didn't have an issue with it. But then requisitions took the #1 place, and I think I would rather have primed in requisitions place. I know it was essentially toughness. We'll be back in the Black Ops 2 lands, but at least it wasn't as impactful on the game as requisitions can be. So Shipment essentially is hell when it comes to requisitions. The only time I will play Shipment is if I'm trying to get rid of contracts, weapon orders, daily orders, anything of that nature. I do not like Shipment, period, because it's either people sitting up head glitching with machine guns, or it's requisition streak spam, and it's just not fun to me. I really do dislike it. So, but they can't really, quote, tune the game around that map, which I kind of call BS on. As of right now, we actually have a throwback mosh pit that I actually enjoyed. It actually feels a lot like COD for me. But they have ribbons that if you do not play the throwback mosh pit, it just disables that class everywhere else. So the idea that they can't tune Shipment specifically in regards to requisition, I kind of have to call BS, because you could just have requisition classes disabled on Shipment to get rid of that craziness. It's possible. You're already doing it. But in regards to the rest of these different game modes they're talking about, I think requisitions was also a very big pain in free-for-all. I think that's most likely the second most heard people complaining about it, because essentially it was a race to like 20 kills, and then everyone would drop their paratroopers and win the game. It was, instead of it being the first person to 30 kills, it was usually the first person with 20, with people rocking requisition. So it was a pain. So I know free-for-all people are fairly happy with this right now. And then Dom and Hardpoint. Dom kind of, yeah, they did tune requisitions to make the top end streaks a little bit harder to get, but being that Dom is now 75 points per kill, it's kind of, you know, scaled between what it was and what it is. It's about dead center. Let's be honest, most people abuse the objective with requisition anyway. If you notice when playing Domination, people running around in circles, you'll have one person with like 8 captures, 0 or 1 defends, and they're running requisitions, and they might be negative for the most part. That's what I see most often. And number one reason why I hate requisitions, and it's gone back and happened multiple times, is because I've had a game where we were winning 140 to like 40 or 50 in domination. We were crushing the enemy team. Second half, we're just getting after it. The entire enemy team was running requisitions. And I know the argument is like, well, you only get your streak once. And I try to tell people, no, it's math. I would be fine with if only one person per lobby could use requisitions. Because, yeah, you get hit by one paratrooper, one bombing run, one ball turret gunner. That's fine, okay? I can deal with it. I can run flat guns, and I will specifically counter that one person. But when an entire enemy team is running it, that can easily turn into 18 total lethal streaks. 6 bombing runs, 6 paratroopers, 6 ball turret gunners. And that can easily alter the way the game flows. And with this requisition tuning, it's still, in my argument, going to be abused. And it kind of has continued. Instead of people running, you know, bombing runs, paratroopers, ball turrets, they're just shifting down to fighter pilot, artillery, glide bomb. And I would say those are just as effective as the top-end streaks for altering how a game goes about, whether the enemy team will win or lose, you know, using their skill. And that's disappointing as well, just because you can affect the overall game. And when it comes to a PvP style game like Call of Duty is, the point of playing is to show off your skill, to beat the enemy team, and to win the game. But with requisitions, it nulls that out. There's no point, because a person with less skill to the enemy team, or say one team is quite less skilled than another, it no longer matters, because you can use requisition to impact if you will win or lose easily. And that's the main reason why I hate it. Second reason why I hate it is because if I'm like 2 off my paratroopers, and someone with requisition drops paratroopers, when they kill me, I lose my streak. And it's when a non-earned streak kills a player while he's on his earned streak that is more disappointing. Now, if they came out and made requisitions to where an enemy streak that kills you, if they're running requisition, it does not reset your streaks. So if I'm 2 off my paratroopers, enemy person with requisition drops their paratroopers and kills me, I don't lose my streak. If I get 2 more kills without being killed normally, I get my streak. I'd be fine with that, because it's really annoying. And you can scale this up to ball turret, you know. They use their glide bomb to kill you off your ball turret that they didn't earn the glide bomb. Anything. But the number 3 thing is, I try to harp on people who watch me and the channel about requisitions, because Black Ops 4 is around the corner. I think we're, what, 5 months-ish out from Black Ops 4. And with the amount of controversy in World War II about requisitions, I cannot imagine Treyarch putting it into the game unless they're just not paying attention. It's caused a lot of drama. It has split the community of people who use it and people who just detest it by everything. I detest it. I'm one of those, and I know there's even some of you who watch me who enjoy using requisitions because you couldn't get streaks beforehand. But one of the reasons why I try to harp on you not to use it, most likely it's not going to be in Black Ops 4. If you rely on it in World War II to either keep your KDR up or to help you win games, you're going to fall by the wayside in the next game. You're going to be expecting to keep your stats up using methods that really didn't exist, I guess, since MW3. MW3 had Stealth Bomber in their support streak package, which was very frustrating. Almost as frustrating as Requisition is in this game. Black Ops 3 had the Specialist, which I proved are essentially support streaks, because in free-for-all, when I would set up my thumbnails for theater mode, I could stand still and earn my Specialist without getting any kills, without getting any points. It was just a timer. But that doesn't mean that you will have something readily available in Black Ops 4, and your stats, the way you play, and everything is going to be on the line. I've had some people in my streams come and comment that they appreciate that I harped on it, because they stopped using requisitions, and now their KDR is doing better, their aim is getting better, they're starting to win more games, because they're not relying on requisitions. So, like I said, we're 5 months out, and this is one of the reasons why I'm making this video, because the topic came up once again. I kind of want y'all to stop using it, at least if you watch me, because I want you to improve your gameplay. I want your skill to improve in Call of Duty. That's kind of where this channel had originally started from, doing map guides and things of that nature, because I wanted to give you every single edge you could to increase your stats. And some people have gotten so reliant on it in World War II, it's going to negatively impact them in the next Call of Duty, right? So I would advise you to stop using it now. Maybe try Ordnance, maybe try Blitzkrieg. I'm pretty sure score streaks are what's going to be next in Black Ops 4. I doubt they're going to go back to kill streaks. I kind of wish they would, or at least have Blitzkrieg in the game like they do in World War II. Put that in Black Ops 4, something of that nature, and I would be happy as well, because then Safeguard could have been much more fun had Blitzkrieg been in, you know, Safeguard. But I advise you now to just go ahead and stop using it, because I want you to kind of start preparing yourself for Black Ops 4 to get into what might be in the game. The community reveal is coming up, or if you've watched this video afterwards, has already happened, so you know the type of mechanics that's going to be the game, whether it be boots on the ground, maneuver. You'll know which games you can go back and play, because being it's a Treyarch game, I'd imagine if you go play, you know, World at War or Black Ops 1 through Black Ops 3, you'll have a feel for that game, and none of those have requisitions, but it'll allow you to practice. But if you want to continue using World War II, if it is going to be a boots on the ground COD, go ahead and drop requisitions, pick up either Blitzkrieg or Ordnance, and just practice. Try to get your aim better, get used to maneuvering the map a little bit better, and rushing. Because that's typically what I try to tell people when it comes to new games, how to get used to the maps is rushing. But these are my actual thoughts on requisitions. Two of the aspects drive me insane, but the third one, and the reason why I mainly harp on it in my streams, is not as much for me, but it's to make sure that y'all don't get put into a position that's just going to end with you getting mad at yourself in the next game if your skill can't keep up to what you thought you could do in World War II, just because of one ribbon. So, it's been a long video, closing on 12 minutes. If you want to write 12 minutes in the comments because you stuck around, I definitely want to hear all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. And yeah, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you later. Hit that subscribe button if you're new, drop a like if you enjoyed, and peace out.